and welcome to Coleman Tarot. My name is H.E. Coleman, and this is going to be your video for the month of October. Even though everything might look exactly the same to you, I am in a totally new place, and I've set everything up in the middle of all my boxes. I've been moving all month, so that's why everything is different for me, and I can't find my rings. But eventually I'll find everything in these boxes, and I hope that you enjoy your video. Okay, Pisces, here we go. My new table is very wobbly, so I apologize if it's feeling like an earthquake for you. But it's, on the other hand, it's easier to use as a table. So there's advantages to everything. Alright, Pisces. Look at that great card right there. And then you have this one. That's a good one. Okay, Pisces. I'm going to just do these at random. Then we have the Strength. Then we have the Two of Swords. Oh, nice. The Ten of Cups. Then the King of Pentacles, excellente. And then I'm going to take this one here, the Page of Pentacles. Okay, that's, okay. Oh, look at this guy again. That guy's there again. I just had that guy. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so we're starting off the month with the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. And this card is about feeling very close with someone or feeling very connected with yourself. Now, sometimes it can be, as I say, with a romantic partner. It can be with a business partner. It can be with a friend, with a relative. And as I say, it can also be with yourself, because sometimes you just feel like you're not yourself because you have to do all this stuff and you feel like, oh, I can't be myself here because I'm at work, or I can't be myself in this relationship. And this is about you connecting with yourself. But for a lot of you, it's going to be connecting with another person, romance, and just feeling really close to someone. Okay, and this is a beautiful card. This is a beautiful card about people who are trusting each other and starting a life together. Right? Over here we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is about doing a really good job and doing it over and over again to become skilled, to become a master at something. Now this person here they are making these pentacles, and they also have a book here, so it's about gaining the wisdom to do this thing, to get the skill. So for a lot of you, this can be about education, and it can be about becoming better at your job by doing the same thing over and over until you become an expert at it. And I'm getting a feeling about the crow. The crow here is about advice. Now, what this is telling me is that if you do the same thing over and over, eventually you will get mentors. This could be a mentor that's telling you how to do things even better than before. And the crow gives advice. So what's happening here is you're doing something over and over to the point where not only are you becoming skilled at it, but others are giving you advice. Others are saying, hey, you're doing a really good job. I'm going to give you some trade secrets. I'm going to give you some advice on how to handle this, okay? Some business advice. So for some of you, this can be about getting business advice, getting someone to help you with your stuff. Crows are crows are about wisdom being given to somebody, secret wisdom. And also this crow is huge, so it's a big deal. It's a big deal that someone is going to see your work and they're going to come forward and give you some advice on how to make it better. That's not a known trade secret. It's more like an industry secret. Okay, so don't be surprised if somebody gives you a little secret that no one else knows about. Okay, over here we have Strength. Okay, this card comes about when there is a situation happening where you need strength, which is the part that I don't like, because then you're like, well, what's happening that I need strength? But at the same time, look how huge this lion is. This is a lot of strength. This is a lot of someone that you can lean on. And he's huge. I've never seen a lion this huge, ever. Now, this person doesn't look worried. They don't look worried at all. She looks really contented, and she's leaning on this lion. So it can be also that you're leaning on this person. You're leaning on this person for strength, and this makes your relationship closer, okay? You might have somebody in your life that you thought was great, but you didn't realize you can actually lean on them, okay? And I don't see anything happening where you need the strength more than maybe just that you're doing a lot of work, or that you have this stalemate type of thing where you don't know how to move forward. Okay, so that could be why you need the strength, but I don't see anything negativeness. Oh, there it is, the Tower. Okay, that's in your hidden stuff. So there is a Tower, so you do need the strength. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a bad thing. It can also just be that something is going to shift in your life. Okay, so now in the middle of your month you have the Two of Swords, which is about having a stalemate. You don't know how to move forward. And for some people, it's in a relationship that you don't know how to move forward in a relationship. You're kind of stuck in a rut. But, and other times it would be a stalemate thing where you're fighting with somebody. But I don't necessarily see the fighting because you have this really close relationship with somebody. So with a stalemate, it can just be that you're really close to somebody and you want to move forward in that relationship, but you're not really sure how to do it. Because I see this as being a good thing. I see the relationship as being very strong and very stable and helpful. I don't see the relationship as being the Tower. All right. Now over here we have the Ten of Cups, and this is about massive happy fulfillment. Okay, massive happy fulfillment, and it's above the work card. Okay, so this is about feeling really good at work, feeling very fulfilled. Okay, feeling very like you're getting a lot of pride from what you're doing at work, or the new stuff that you're doing. And then I also think that has to do with the relationship, because here with the cup and here's the 10 cups, I feel like the relationship is going to be bringing you a lot of fulfillment and happiness, especially since you know you can depend on that person. Now over here we have the King of Pentacles. All right. And the King of Pentacles is above the Strength card, and it's right next to the Two of Swords card. So it can be that you're waiting for money, or you're wondering why the money's not coming, or there could be something happening with the money where there's a delay. Okay. That's because that's another stalemate thing where you're just waiting for something to happen. Now, your obstacle is the Page of Pentacles, the money. The Page of Pentacles is news, good news money-wise, and you're waiting for that. It looks like to me that with the stalemate here, you're waiting for money. You're waiting for news of money, and you want to be this king. You want to be like sitting on your throne saying, yeah, I got my money. I'm going to polish my big pentacle here. I got lots of money. But you're waiting. This is a waiting card. And then you have this thing where it's like your obstacle is good news. So you're waiting for news. All right, your outcome is the Seven of Swords, which is about you gathering stuff, okay? Which is about you gathering. And you're really happy there, okay? You're really happy in your outcome, and you also have the Ten of Cups. So I feel like whatever the Tower is, or whatever's coming your way this month, or whatever the stalemate situation is, or waiting for money news, I feel like that's not gonna trip you up. It's not gonna be that big of a deal that you're not happy at the end. Okay, you might just have a delay. You might just have to wait for your money. Okay, and this is you being happy, and this is you being happy, and that's your outcome. So I feel like everything's gonna work out. I feel like you might just get some bad news, or get some delay news about the money, because here's your Tower. A tower it looks really scary. People are falling out. There's an explosion. But the thing about towers is that when a tower happens, it's because you've built a belief system on something that's not solid. So sometimes people build a relationship on something that's not solid, which I don't see here. I see this relationship being good, something really solid here. Sometimes people build a belief system on something solid, which I don't see because you don't have a lot of cards about the Hierophant or anything like a belief system changing. I think this has to do with money. I think you're expecting a check at a certain time or something. There might be a delay. And it might feel like this where you're like, what? It's going to be late, or what? My check is like $100 short or something. You know, it can feel like it's a huge disaster, but I don't see it being a long-lasting thing because you've got the Strength here, and then you've got these wonderful happy cards. Okay, so the other thing about a tower is a tower can be also falling in love, because that just really shakes your world, okay? Shakes everything up that you thought you knew. You said, I'm never going to get married, I'm never going to fall in love, and then boom, that person walks in and you're like, there goes that idea, okay? And the other thing about the tower is that usually whenever a tower falls down, something stronger gets built in its place. So if something happens where you say, oh, my car broke down and I have to pay this bill, it's not great, but then you might end up with a better car, or then you might end up with your car being safer than it was before. So sometimes when a tower happens, you think, this sucks. But then later on, you say, oh, thank God that happened, because if it hadn't, I wouldn't have had this more solid thing, okay? So tower is about breaking down and rebuilding something stronger. Now over here you have, the other thing that's hidden from you is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is about making a decision between two things. And here's your stalemate. Making a decision. So it might be that you have something, something could break down, and you could say, I have to decide, do I want to pay for this, or do I want to wait for this, or what do I want to do here? So you might have to make a financial decision. Then you have the Three of Wands. Okay, this is good. You have the Three of Wands. So once you make the decision, you move on. And the Three of Wands is about a success, an initial success. So this and this just have you stuck there, not knowing what to do. Once you make your decision, then you have a good outcome here, because the Three of Wands is an initial success on the way to a bigger success. And also, it shows that you have 3 wands now instead of 2, so you are making progress. So I really feel like what's happening here is you're really happy with someone, you're really close to someone. Something happens. I think you might have to have like a bill that you're not expecting, or a check might be late, something like that. But it's not an overall tragedy or anything, because you have this happiness here, you have this happiness outcome, and when the Tower happens, you end up having strength, and you end up leaning on this person and getting closer than you were before. Okay, so it actually ends up being a good thing, because then you realize how much you love that person and how much they're there for you. And I do think that you are going to eventually get your money, or you're going to feel more secure with your money, because you have the King here. Okay. So I think that once you pay the bill, you'll realize, oh, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, or it's not the big tragedy that I thought it was going to be, because it ended up not being such a big deal. You know, like I thought, oh my gosh, it's the end of my world. But then you pay the bill and you're like, I got other stuff happening, so why was I so worried about that? Okay, so I think you are going to have some kind of bill that you're not expecting, but your outcome is really happy. Your relationship is really strong. Your work is going really well. You might get a trade secret. And you also have this super happy day here, super happy time. This is going to be your spiritual card for the month. It says protection. Protection. You will be protected from the universe. Excellent. So if you're worried about the Tower, or you're worried about this thing where you say, what am I going to do? What decision should I make? You're going to be protected and you're going to be fine. All right. Now, your angel card is going to be, let's see, your angel card is going to be, I really like seeing that protection, because that means anything that comes your way this month, you're going to be good. And you have a bunch of angel cards. 2 angel cards. Okay. The first is the 4 of Raphael. And this says, seek out other possibilities. So if something doesn't work out, seek what else is around you. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Okay? Now this girl is sitting on the beach, and she's looking at these, what is she looking at? These giant shells. These are huge shells, man. She's looking at these giant shells, and she's just sitting on the beach. And this spirit guide is watching over her. This angel is watching over her. Okay? And that has to do with the protection. Okay? Spirit guides and angels watching over you. And then the other one says, the world, which is a wonderful card. This says a very happy ending. Coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Spiritual growth. Okay, that makes sense. So anything that comes your way this month, just go with the flow, because it's all just making you stronger, and it's making you closer to somebody else, and it's making you have a happy ending. And you can't have a happy ending without conflict. Conflict always makes the ending more exciting, you know? If everything was just perfect, it would be boring. So you have to have the roller coaster of the ups and the downs, because then you can have a bigger happy ending, okay? There's your happy ending. You already knew it was coming. Okay, so have a wonderful month. This is your outcome, being super happy and having, gathering stuff. That's going to be you. Smiling and have a good time. He's got a little, in the corner over here, he's got like a fair, a circus or a fair. So you might be doing something out with other people that's really exciting and fun. Okay? Have a wonderful month.